I said, who do you think you are on Perry Paper TV, the biggest mouth of the South, the trendsetter? After I do it, you do it next, all right?
Feel my words. Feel my words. Not just here, I want people to feel my words. Like a refreshing summer rainfall, like a hug from my grandma paired with a $5 bill. So I decided to do something new. That's right. Right now at this very moment, I'm creating a poetry album. With the assistance of Creative Space Station, I am melodically releasing my vibration into an industry made for music, but not limited to. And you can too.
Yeah, that's brilliant. See, you gotta like-minded people. If I don't tell y'all nothing else, get around like-minded people. Man, what's going on with it? Look, I can't even see, but I see your name right there, so I know it's you. I'm blind as a bat too, man. Oh my goodness.
Word.
Listen, if you ever see me out, at an event, and you may think that I'm looking at you, or you may think that I see you. Sometimes I don't.
Right.
So don't
No,
take it no other way.
I already know how it is.
Yeah, if I do this right here, like I try not to do it like when I'm looking at people because it's come off a little creepy. Like, why is he squinting at me like that? Like, it's because I can't see.
My homeboy, my videographer, was just telling me yesterday. Yeah. He was like, "Yeah, bro, I gotta get some glasses." And he was like, "When I was at your event recording, he was like, he got some readers, but they not bifocals."
Okay.
And he was like, "I could see stuff far away. I just needed to read." And then he was like, one time he was up against the wall, and so his camera's here, but he actually needed it further away so he could actually read it because he had to pull it away.
Yeah.
So then he moving his glasses up and down all night. So I got 20/20, but I
okay, see, he got 20/20 over here, so he's good. That's what's up. I'm nearsighted, so I can't see far away. So
right.
That's how it go for me. I gotta have it right here. If it's right there, like even when I DJ, like if you look at my computer.
I didn't know you DJ.
Yeah, man, I DJ. Yeah, I started like smack dead when COVID kind of like popped off. Like when I had I didn't get fired. Of course, we had to leave. I was working at Microsoft office, and soon as that went away, it was like, okay, what I'm gonna do? Because there wasn't no more hosting going on. There wasn't no clubbing. You know what I'm saying? And I was driving trucks.
Okay.
But that didn't come until a little later. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of like hosting like events, and the DJs don't never like cut the music down when I'm talking. Like that's like listen, that is my pet peeve. I will tell a story, but I don't want to call that person out because it's like
they can't call him Bob.
I'm gonna call him Bob, but DJ Bob, from a different area.
Right.
He's a great DJ. But there's always something about when Perry Paper is coming to host at an event. It just seems like people always want to like cap me down on shit. I'm like, yo, why my mic not on? Or,
right.
You hear me talking to the crowd, why you not cutting the music down?
Right.
Or when I tell you to drop that shit and to drop of a dime, you drop it 3 seconds later. I say, you know what? I am done with this shit.
Listen, I already know. I was at an event recently, and I don't know if that DJ didn't want to be there or if he was a fill-in or what. But they was like, all right, DJ, go ahead and play that. Bro, I no exaggeration.
Yeah.
It would take him like a minute. And they sitting there like, so I'm looking back at him like, yo, like, what is going on? And he's like, and then literally like a whole minute would go by.
Oh man.
And then he would finally go ahead and drop
whatever. We're gonna call him Billy.
Billy.
Yeah, it's Bob and Billy. Y'all gotta do better. Y'all gotta do better,
like, yo,
man.
If I had hired him, that would be the last.
Yeah, man. If you ever need a DJ, man, just come our way, man.
And it's crazy because we are getting. I know a lot of stuff. So Crystal got her stuff and I got my stuff, and then we do everything together.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff I don't need a DJ. But I'm starting to get to a point where there's certain things I am gonna do where I am gonna need DJ.
Well, I'll tell you this too, man. This is and I really mean this. It's not for the cameras. One thing I realized. I have my fee of what I charge, but then I also understand the game. Like I used to be a promoter. I used to be all of the above before I became like the radio personality guy.
Right.
So I understand when people throwing events, if the budget may not be there, because you really that's what I'm saying. Like people that's really doing it, they really sit at the round table and they like calculate everything. And you have to. You can't just say, hey, how much you cost? Hey, how much you cost? Hey, how much you? Oh, I need you. Here you go. Here you go. And you sitting there like, wait. I just kicked out all this money and I didn't even get a third of it back.
Right.
You know, and it's like, well, you're gonna take losses in the game because you got to create the vision so they can see it first.
Yep.
But you don't want to take a complete loss if you don't have to.
Listen, I took a couple of them.
Oh yeah, we all did. It's charge of the game.
And then Crystal was like, what have you done? Like when she first came on, I had already, because for me, I'm like, if I say I'm gonna do something, I need to go ahead and do it now.
Yeah.
Because if I don't, then I wait 12 years to put out a book. So I went ahead and just started jumping on stuff.
Absolutely.
And so when I met her, it was a situation where I had already had paid deposits for this and that. And she's like,
wait,
what in the world are you doing? I'm talking about from one show to the next, thousands of dollars that she took out of the budget that didn't even need to be in there. I think $5,000.
And look, we gotta give it up for Crystal.
Yes.
Man. We gotta give it up for Crystal because she saved you some money, number one.
Right.
You know what I mean? So cause
off
really,
gate.
Off the rip. I'm gonna tell you something though, man. Dealing with a female that's like business minded.
Yeah.
They really like, you know, in my eyes, I'm not gonna say, you know, all females, but females, I just like, you know, they're a little naturally a little smarter than us. They, you know, they kind of, you know, they're very detailed. They really look at the underlines.
Right.
You know, like on contracts, everything big, but the contract is in the small printed line. Like, I always consider them to be that for the guys.
Right.
And what it does is, man, it just gives us a little bit more structure and save money.
Yeah.
To really get the job done, you know what I'm saying? So that teamwork, man, it's like, it's priceless. Bro.
Yeah,
it's priceless, man. Like you get your way, you better hold on. Pivot telling you to hold on. For sure, man. And look, I ain't gonna give y'all too much right now.
We're gonna get them up out of here.
I'm gonna go ahead and hang it on up right now. But who that, man? That's my mom. What up? Christy, what's going on? What's going on, TJ? I see you. And look, I'm gonna holler at y'all in a little bit, man. I'm gonna get on out here. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing going. We already talking though. This is it. But I can't give y'all too much though. It's right here. That's all you
y'all check back.
Check back, live and direct. That's perfect.
Bad.
Yeah, that's it. Like that, but yeah, man.
So yeah, man. So I always start all my episodes off. We just you know kicking it, talking.
Yeah, man.
But the only question that I write down, that I start with is, who do you think you are?
Oh man, I think that's like the most like important question that anybody could ever ask, man. You know, before I answer your question, I definitely want to say, you know, I really appreciate you for bringing me on.
Oh man, I appreciate you coming out, bro.
Yeah, absolutely, man. When you reached out to me and I seen the title, I was like, yo, wait a minute. Like, I was really excited. I was more excited than, you know, knowing that I was about to, you know, be a part of the BET experience. You know what I'm saying? I was really on that level because for me, it was like, you know what? This is the time. This is the time where you let the people know who you are. Like, don't hold back nothing. Don't, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, to answer your question, like, who do I think I am? I feel like, you know, I'm one of the chosen ones. You know what I mean? When I say that with a lot of confidence, man.
Right.
You know, it comes from a place where I seen a lot. I've been through a lot. And I also like witnessed certain things, man, that made me say, you know what, I don't want to be that.
Right.
Like, I don't want to do that. Or I do want to do that.
Right.
You know, and then I had to figure out, like, yo, how you want to come at it, though? Like, you can do so many things, but, like, how do you want to come at it? And for so many years, man, you know, I knew it started with bringing people together.
Okay.
Bringing people together. I said, you know what? When I first found out I was having my first son, I was playing basketball. I'm at Cape Fear.
Okay.
Community college, you know what I'm saying? Giving them buckets, too. Like, oh, man.
I'm a hooper,
yeah, I was giving them hell back then, you know what I'm saying? But then once I knew that, you know, my son was coming, I had to reevaluate some things. And then on top of that, the situation out there, it wasn't beneficial no more for me.
Right.
And then that was the time where I had to realize, like, okay, am I going to continue to play basketball or am I going to, like, be responsible? Just like anybody that's having a kid for the first time, you got kids out there, it's like, oh, I'm having a kid. You kind of like already put on your daddy I'm about to be pappy. Right. Like, I'm gonna take care of this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna, be responsible. And I kind of let basketball lead me. Yeah. And that right there kind of hurt me a little bit because it's
a lot of it.
Yeah, man. Oh, man, you talking about many nights and many days I'd be in the bed like, why am I not practicing? Why am I not playing for a school? Yeah. Like, this is what I did since I was five. So, I had to find a niche. It's like, I started working at Walmart. I would start working at Walmart just so I can try to figure this thing out, man. I was like, okay, I got a kid coming. I got to make some money now. I can't just go to the gym and hoop it out and wait for a Pell Grant to come next month. Like, I had to really figure it out. And to really kind of, edge this whole story on, I found out that I like bringing people together, man. Long story short, I went to a club one night, me and my cousin Art, and I was sitting there at the bar, and I was just so amazed about, like, how many people was in the room. And I knew the guys that through the event. I didn't know them personally. My cousin did. Right. But I was like, I like what they doing. Like, look how much money they making. I'm like, wait, I'm in here. Yeah, I'm like, I'm in here spending the money, trying to look cool.
And they these girls making the money.
Yeah, I'm like, why am I not making the money?
Come on. Come on. Yeah. Ooh, I'm sorry, baby, I don't mean to be rude. Yeah. I'm just a little different from all these dudes. Okay, they riding waves, me, I'm up on a cruise. Yeah. You feel like me, then you got nothing to prove. I see him trying to do what I do. Yeah. Even McDowell couldn't move like a move. Yeah. You think how it look, I'm up on the moon. Yeah. Got fresh to death and it came out of the tomb. That's cause I got a different type of gratitude. Don't be sour, got my power from the Beatitudes. And we did it the long way, check out the latitude. I'm unapologetically fly, I don't wonder why, that's just my attitude. Yeah, that's right, yeah, that's just my attitude. Ooh, yeah, I don't blame you, if I was you, I'd probably be getting mad too. Yeah, I know now that there ain't no better dude. That's just my attitude. Okay, that's just...
I always knew I had the energy. People gravitate. It's like, start you a company, man. Start you a promotion company. Yeah. I started with Elite Status Promotion. It's like, I always knew I was elite. And I always knew there was going to be a status for me one day. Like, I was going to create my own status. Right. I didn't need nobody to put nothing on me. You ain't got to give me nothing. I'm going to create this shit for myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, I think I'm like the shit. Huh? Can I say it?
You can say it.
Okay, I feel like I am this shit. I feel like it's so much more to it. But for the most part, I feel like when people see me, they can't deny the energy, number one. Right. They can't deny the fact that, I'm going to keep it real. Yeah. I'm going to keep it very live and direct. And I don't care who gets mad or upset. You know what I'm saying? Just how it's going to go. Yeah. But there's so much more to this thing, man. Being a DJ, being a radio personality, being a tastemaker. You know what I'm saying? Partnership with, my man Darren. Big shout out to Darren, Big Mouth Media.
Okay. Big Mouth Media. Okay,
we got Big Mouth Media rolling. We've been at that for 3 going on 4 years now. Okay. So it's like creating these platforms, man, for other people to get on. It's the beauty for me. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this, because you said you the chosen one.
Yeah. One of them.
Right, one of them. It sounds like you chose you versus somebody else having to choose you. So tell me about where that confidence comes from for you to choose yourself.
Letdowns, man. Letdowns, man. Like the letdowns, the obstacles, the moments when you by yourself trying to really figure it out, ain't nobody, no girl, no kids, no mama, no daddy. It's just you in that room or wherever you at in your car, and you got to come to terms with yourself. Like, you can't rely on nobody. Right. Like, it's so many people that don't have their mom and they don't have their dad, and I have both of mine. And it's like, I don't take that for granted worth nothing. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, man, if I didn't have my mom and my dad, I really don't know, if I would be where I'm at right now at this very moment.
Right.
I mean, even down to like them, oh, here you go, I got you. You was about to,
Right.
I got you, son. Damn, thank you, mama. You knew I needed that. You know what I'm saying? Like, them moments right there is moments that people take for granted, and some people don't. You know, the world, you know, had to take their parents from them for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But you got those are the moments that I be like, you know what, man, while you still have all of this, man, embrace it, man.
Use it.
Use it, like really use it and use it right, but give back.
Right. Have you always had that understanding of being cognizant that you had both your parents? Like, did you have that at a young age?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, listen, I was in the hood, Raleigh North. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always,
So you grew up in Raleigh?
Yeah, I'm really from Raleigh.
Okay.
What the beauty of it is, you know what I'm saying? I was born at Duke Hospital. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But after I left Duke Hospital, like literally like maybe a year or two, I moved to Raleigh. And I just been in Raleigh ever since. You know what I'm saying? So people ask, I'm a whole Raleigh, I'm Raleigh Durham. You know what I mean? All the way.
Right.
But that's where it started right there, man. It was like growing up in Raleigh North, had both of my parents. Probably like the only one out of all my friends, like they was one parent home. I was really with two parents. Like, you know what I mean? Going out every weekend to AAU trips. You know, traveling the world at the age of 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, I done been everywhere. But playing basketball. I ain't like I was in the city, like, seeing what was going on, like, you know what I mean? All of that. But I was in a hotel, scenery, we go eat, come on back, play ball. That was my life, man. But I had my parents. You know, they split maybe my 10th, 11th grade.
That's what I was gonna ask. Did they split?
Yeah, my 10th, 11th grade year of high school.
How was that?
Yo, that transitioning for me was a little tough.
Yeah.
It was, and you would think like, man, you been in high school, like you kind of grown, like you kind of like.
Nah, we still feel.
Yeah, you still feel that, like you know what I mean? Like, damn, mom, daddy, they beefing, and I gotta go here and go there. That's why, you know, for me, man, co-parenting is so important, man, because I knew the effect that it can put on a kid if you not like letting them see it, letting them feel that everything is good, even though your parents, you know, can't be together.
Right.
You know, so, you know, I had that though, and then once that was, you know, taken away from me, I had to readjust. You know, it was okay because I was always the type of guy that kept going. It won't no sitting down just on it all day. Like,
what was me? Yeah.
That was you too as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've always been like that. My parents split when I was in middle school though. So I ain't understand nothing about the world. Hell, I still, you know, just starting to learn some things.
Right.
But when my parents split, it was just, I guess that was probably one of the big things early in my life that I didn't understand. But what it did was it helped me understand that there's just some things I can't control. So that was big for me. So I was wondering, like, because obviously if you're in 10th or 11th grade, you're at a different place than when you're in 6th or 7th.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, yeah, it's still gonna hurt.
Yo, that's so crazy because I can tell maybe, you know, yours run a little deeper than mine because I remember moments, and this not putting my parents on blast, not like that, because every parent, you know, fuss and fight and stuff like that.
Everyone.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So during the moments of them having them moments growing up, I used to go to school. In my mind, I could always remember, man, I hope my mom and dad don't divorce. I mean, I hope they don't like break up, man. I hope they don't. I couldn't see myself, you know, like not being with my mom and dad. Like, it used to be like one of my
Because you seeing that happen with other
all
kids.
my friends.
Right.
So it was like.
So that was a conscious thing in your mind.
Man, it was a conscious thing. It was like one of them things like, man, y'all don't break up, man. Make it right. Like, you know, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that right there alone, now that I'm grown, I'm like, okay, I got kids. And I'm seeing what they're seeing, and I'm also seeing what they're hearing, and how this is going to be something that my boys going to be sitting in the same chair one day saying moments about me.
Right.
So I can live with those, though, because I can get in front of him and say, hey, look, this is what it was.
Right.
I'm not afraid. I'm not ashamed of this. Is just how it goes. Learn from this, though. Like, don't be the guy where it take you 2 times to get, like, nah, you know, do it one time if you can.
And then learn from.
Learn, you know what I mean? So, definitely, man.
Did you ever get to a point when you were growing up, because you saying like, yo, I hope my parents don't get divorced. Did you ever get to a point where you were like, yo, we good? They're not gonna get divorced.
Yo, I was there. I think, my 8th, 9th grade year. Oh yeah, they smooth.
good.
Like, we just got a new crib at Nightdale. My dad got it built for my mom.
Right.
Mom happy, everybody good. It's like this is gonna work. This is it. Like I never thought about it ever again.
So how did you find out they were getting divorced? Who told you?
Oh man, no one told me. I seen it. Like I was always there. Gotcha. So I seen it play out. It was just. It got to the point now where I was like, man, y'all need to split. That's what it was. Like, I was like, y'all need to go. Like, yo, you probably need to go your way. Mom, man, do your thing, man. Y'all just, you know what I mean? Maybe this is it. Like, y'all been rocking for about 20-some odd years. So It's like, I mean, it's good now. Like, I'm okay with it. But when it happened, though, I realized that it did affect me, though. It wasn't like, I seen more having to be, put on my mom.
Right.
I seen my dad, he happy in the realm where he's at, but I knew he really loved my mama. Yeah. So it's like, damn, okay, don't repeat this history. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't try to do something different to change the way that you already seeing it happen.
Right.
That's why I go hard. That's why it's like, okay, I may get beat up for a lot of certain things that I can't do right now that I want to do, but it's like, oh, I know it's gonna happen.
Right.
So I don't take nothing personal.
That's crazy. I know. I listened to Eric Thomas.
Okay, yeah, Eric Thomas.
And when you just said that, don't make that same mistake. Do it. You already see what's happening. And so, he was talking about how people be asking him about drugs and this and the other. Why he was like, yo, like, I ain't never did drugs. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I watched other people do drugs and they couldn't handle it. Or they could handle it, but he's looking at his family lineage. He was like, yo, my uncle was cracked out. He was like, alcoholic family members. He was like, so to me, he was like, I'm looking at it like maybe my family can't handle drugs. So if that's good for somebody else, all right, cool. But to your point, he's looking at what his family, what he's seen,
right,
and was like, you know what, I'm gonna just leave that alone because we might not be able to handle that. I might not be able to handle that.
Let me tell you some real, man. Like, when you in the clubs, people will try to make you take all different type of drugs, man. Like all different type of drugs. I remember I was a promoter. And the only promoter, this is why I say, who do you think you are on Perry Paper TV, the biggest mouth of the South, the trendsetter. After I do it, you do it next, all right? So it was one of them things, man, where I was a promoter for Still Life. I don't know if you remember Still Life. It used to be right across the street from Mirage.
I don't. And I'm gonna ask you about the whole club life because I don't go to clubs.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I kind of fell back from it too. It's like I'm more doing the managing part now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Grace of God. But Still Life was like a dominant, like, white club. Okay. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, they had their racist moments. I remember the moments. But I went in there, man, and me and my teammates, we went in there, we conducted the business properly. Right. We went in there, we dressed right. We had our contracts. We had a plan. You know what I mean? I had the plan. You know what I'm saying? But my team, they made it come alive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when we did that, man, I ended up getting 50% of their Saturday nights, man. It started with a Wednesday. Okay. I called it Tsunami Wednesdays. Piped it up, got everybody out on a Wednesday night. How I killed them is with the drink specials. I had these fish bowls, man. I was selling them on something for $5. I was sitting there with the owner like, man, look, man, you got to give me a drink special that I can give to the people. That they can't refuse. They cannot refuse this shit. He said, what you thinking? I said, man, you got the money, man. Go get them damn fish bowls and let's sell them for $5. You know what I'm saying? Throw liquor in there. He was like, let's do it. That was the game changer. That was it. The game changer. Everybody came in that mall, man. So then he was sitting there looking like, oh, this guy doing this show on a Wednesday? Like, he's like, what about a Saturday? I was like, shit, now you talking my language, man. Right. Now you talking about the money now. That's child's play. Yeah, well, what you talking? He was like, well, what you thinking? I was like, well, shoot, you see what I'm doing. And I see what you doing, but you got a lot of regulars that really coming in feeling like they spoiled, so they don't want to pay for shit no more.
Right.
Cause they got these memberships, and you letting them, you really losing money.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic. So he was like, "I give you 50." Man, you know right when you wanna like be like.
Right, but you gotta, inside you
gotta
like
hold that shit down.
You thinking like,
Yeah, you gotta hold it down.
Right.
You gotta hold it down. So that was one of the moments for me, man. When I got outside, I got in my car, I was just yelling. I was like, thank you, God. Like, you finally, giving me this break where like my money can flow better. I don't have to work a 9 to 5. All I gotta do is wait on a Saturday, man, and make my money for the month.
right.
That was the beauty. That right there let me know, okay, you in this game, you are here for a reason.
Right.
You are here for a reason, know that.
That one thing that just...
That was it, because you gotta think about it, man. A white club, white folks ain't giving you no damn money.
Nah.
They're not gonna give it to you unless they see some shit in you.
Right.
Especially not 50% of their prime night.
Right.
Like, man, for about 5-6 months, I was, 50%.
Right.
But, I'm gonna tell you though, it comes an end to it though. It was New Year's and they cut me. And I brought so many people out. They cut me deep. They didn't give me no money. And I can say that.
Right.
They didn't give me no money. I stayed thinking I'm about to get some money. I wasn't even drunk that night. It's New Year's. I'm like, nah, I need to be right. I need to count this money up. This shit right. I ain't doing no drinking tonight. I'm a fake drink. Get some juice cup. I'm gonna have fun with y'all, but this is juice.
Right.
And I was hurt, man. I went home hurt.
So why they didn't give you them bread?
They didn't pay me because they said that they New Year's is always a guaranteed pop. I learned something though. I should have had a contract. Oh, after that, that's why I came with paper. That's why my name is Perry Paper. You got to have the paper intact, man.
Yeah.
You can't have no other way, because if you do it any other way, it's nigga shit.
Yep.
As I would say.
It is. And I know it's crazy you talk about the contracts. Like when I came into the entertainment world, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like I had already had a business prior to that where I put contracts in place. And I even had to take some people to court over some stuff, but small claims, they ain't gonna give you nothing no way.
Yeah.
But I had my stuff in order. So when I came into the poetry world, I was like, shoot, I need to have contracts.
Yeah,
and so I had people that was like, yo, well, I gotta sign a contract to do a poetry show. And I'm like, listen, so we can have everything black and white. We got something to go back to in case somebody forgot what was said, and we know what it is, you know what I'm saying, da-da-da. And so I always move with contracts. But people, even if people don't respect contracts, because some people don't give a damn about a contract anyway, but people will respect you and move differently you if they know you got your stuff in order.
They will. And I'll tell you, that's how I move now. Like, I realized, like, you know what? Who do I think I am? Oh, man, if you only knew, if you only knew, like, I'm going worldwide, though. I'm going worldwide with the people,
with it.
Like yourself, man, like-minded people, man. Like, when I say that I feel like I am one of the chosen ones, I'm saying that with the most sincere, humblest way, but so confident, because God already told me, like, this thing right here was already written for you. Just live it out and learn. Yeah. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to what people are saying to you and how they're saying it.
It's crazy. I don't actually remember the first time I saw you. But what I did remember is I'm like, yo, dude is dope. So I hooped too growing up. Right. I played a couple minutes at Lewisburg College.
At Lewisburg College?
Yeah.
Okay, I was supposed to go there. I ended up going to Capefield, but okay. That's just like, I'll probably see you, man.
So I don't know how old you are. I'm 38.
Okay, I'm right there. I ain't 38, but I'm about 4, 5 on down. I'm right there. But you don't look nothing like it, though. Black, don't crack.
Right.
Come on now.
So what I realized when I was younger, because you go in the gym and, you know what I'm saying, you playing pickup. Mm-hmm. I always wanted to be the person that picked the squad.
Got you.
Right? So I didn't even know I was honing a talent then, but I honed the talent of learning how to pick talent and piece it together.
Come on, man, that's a gift.
Right. And so it was crazy because like now with what I do, I'm choosing this poet, this singer, that host, and then I'm putting it together. And then you create something that's just bigger than everybody, right? So when I first seen you, like I remember having the thought, like later, like, yo, that dude, Perry Paper TV, like I'm like, yo, he dope. And I was just like, man, and it's crazy because I always, you know, Crystal the Muse, like that's my person. You know what I mean? And so I hire her for everything.
Right.
And I'm like, but if she was sick,
Yeah, Crystal.
I know who to call.
Call me up. I'm here, man. You know, I tell people all the time, man. Like, you know, people, you know, they hear your name and they start thinking that you thinking a certain way. But it's like, nah. It's like, yo, this is work. This is natural work for me.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not Hollywood. Just call me. You know?
And you can tell that it's so natural for you. And that's the type of people that I like. Like when I look at people that I want to work with, is what they're doing for themselves. Does it look natural?
Right.
And so when I see you, I'm like, yo, like every time I see him, I don't feel like you putting on. I don't feel like you being somebody that you're not. I don't feel like your energy is fake or it's, you know, something that you just gotta throw on for the moment because you getting some bread. I'm like, yo, this is naturally him. So then it's crazy because you specifically, like you made me start thinking even bigger with my vision, right?
Come on, man.
So with Crystal, because I hire her for all my shows I do, right?
Yeah.
There was a time, and I told this story before, but she had a gig that somebody wanted to book her for, and she told them no. Now, I didn't know nothing about the gig. We in the car riding. Yeah. She told them no. But what wound up happening was she was like, oh, man, out loud. And I'm like, what is it? She was like, yo, somebody want to book me for a gig, but it's on the same day that we having First Erotic show, da. And I'm like, well, you know, like, what's the gig? Like, what they paying? You know what I'm saying? And she's like, nah, you know, I can't miss the first joint. And I'm like, well, if they gonna pay you more, you know what I'm saying, then you need to go.
Yeah.
And so it turns out it was a gig. Mike Epps was coming into a private birthday party, this and the other. So they wanted her to, I'm like, girl, you better, you know what I'm saying? And so long story short, what I realized is, yo, I can't just only think about Crystal hosting stuff, right? Of course, I wanted to host everything I'm doing because I think she's the best host that I've ever seen.
Hey, I feel the same way. Honestly, I love her energy.
She is crazy and it's genuine.
Yeah, yo. And she can sing on top of it. So when she doing a little singing here and there, I was like, oh, I wish I could throw it. I wish I could sing a little bit. So I might start rapping a little bit. I hold on to little bars, but yeah, you're right though, man.
But what I thought about too, I'm like, yo, at a certain point, Inspired should be so big and so many shows are happening. The brand is so big, she can't physically host everything.
Nah, yeah, man.
So I'm like, yo, like, and I'm like, because before that, at that point in time, I never really was thinking about that. And then I think it was not too long after that is when I first came across you.
Okay.
And I was like, that's what I need. I'm like, yo, I got to get to a point where my platform is so big.
Man, it's there, man.
That I can hit a Perry Paper TV and not feel like I'm slighting a Crystal the Muse, or I can hit, you know, another great host, because there's others out there, other personalities out there that are on a level where it's natural to them, and that's what they do. But yo, I got, you know, different franchises of my brand of Inspired and this and the other, and I gotta have dope people. Because what I don't want to do is need a Perry Paper TV, but then I gotta get somebody I gotta get Bob.
Right.
And then my brand taking a hit, because they like, man.
Definitely gonna take a hit. And sometimes, man, them moments can really, like, I mean, I'm talking about a hit too, because, like, you know, people, man, I didn't realize people really pay attention.
Oh.
People really, like, they can be smiling and chuckling, but they are paying attention, yo.
And I like, so for me, I like that people feel comfortable enough to tell me what they were paying attention about, right? Because let's just say, for whatever reason, we wind up, and I'm sure at some point we're gonna do some stuff together. So I have a show with you in it, right? And let's say it's the first time that it's a show where Crystal the Muse isn't hosting, right? Let's say she hosting another one in New York, you hosting the one in LA, and it's on the same night.
Yeah.
People feel comfortable enough to come and tell me whether or not they like you. You know what I'm saying? Or whether or not they like the differences in the show, or what, you know, like, and I'm like, man, that's such a great thing to have, because if you're not getting the feedback that you need and you just think everything's just good,
yeah, man, yeah,
then you in a bad spot, because then you got to figure everything out on your own.
Figure everything out. When people can just kind of tell you, you can just act on it. Like, all right, bet. Yeah, I ain't like the coconut joints right there. All right, I'm gonna bring some damn mangoes next time. You hear me? I got y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get it. And this, to go back to what you were saying earlier, I was getting to a point. I feel like I probably drift off a little bit. When it come down to like DJing, man, I'm the type of DJ where like I really work with the event. If I know your event is not like an event where you bringing in hundreds of people and it's not even that type of vibe, and it's like, well, okay, if you got like a nice little set, 3 hours, 2 hours, or whatever it is, it's gonna be on this type of wave. You only need me to drop songs every 15 minutes and doing little breaks. It's like I wouldn't charge you the full amount. That'll be something like, well, you don't need me for that right there. I mean, I can do that. Like, that's easy. I mean, this DJ shit is really easy.
Right.
So it's like, it ain't like you put in a lot of hard sweat.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just got to give a vibe.
Yeah.
So it's like, just keep that in mind, man, when it come down to me.
You know, I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
But, and this is how I know, like, when we work together, it'll be easy, right?
Very.
Because I'm the type of person, and it like, Crystal be on my head sometimes, but I'm the type of person where, what do you charge, right? I don't need no discount.
Right.
If I need one, I'm gonna let
I'm
you know.
gonna let you know right there.
But what do you charge? And then I'll just say either, yo, I appreciate it. Once I get to that level, I'll come back to you.
Right.
Or I'm like, I bet. Like I reached out to a poet, and I ain't know the dude. I seen him not too long ago. And so he kind of did the same thing where he kind of hedged it a little bit, where he was like, yo, normally for, big companies, I normally charge X amount of dollars for X amount of poems, but I'm willing to negotiate. And I hit him back. I'm like, ain't no negotiation needed. I'm like, that fits within my joint.
That's character right there. I like that type of mindset right there that you have right there. That's what I appreciate. I'll never forget, man, the first time I got paid for a gig.
Tell me about that.
Man, it was one of the moments where I was like, I really had to humble myself back down because, the guy saw my worth. Big shout out to my man Pierre. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, P, man, I just want you to come and, DJ my event at the arena.
Right.
We got it popping over there. Man, I was like, look, I'm gonna see you tomorrow because I had to make another move. I like, just pay me tomorrow.
Right.
So I went by there. He had an envelope. I said, because I told him the whole time, I said, yo, we'll work out there. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna come and do it. Like I'm gonna come and do the work.
Right.
Like for me, man, this shit really, it's like, it's fun, man.
Yeah.
This ain't no
I
work. Like,
just told somebody that the other day, yo.
Like this shit really, man.
She was like, when you gonna take a break? Like from what?
What? Ain't that me? This shit is a natural, normal thing. I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go swing by, go holler at who. I'm gonna go to the studio. Boom,
Right.
boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Kick with the fellas for a little bit. Boom. Write out some questions for my radio show. Like I'm in my career. Like I don't.
Yeah.
This shit is natural. So, he handed me the envelope. Man, it was $500 in it, man. And I was like, yo.
First gig.
Yo, I said, yo, for you to even, I wasn't even thinking that. Do you know how much I was really thinking?
Like 100?
Like 175, 150. I'll never go no less than, I don't do that no more, but
Right.
150 is like my bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? But when he gave me $500, number one, he don't even know how much of a blessing he was.
Right.
Oh, that put me back in the game. Boy, look, I say, yo, P. I hit him back up like, yo, King.
You don't even know.
I appreciate you.
Right.
Because you put me in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because, timing, man. God be knowing what you need. He know what you need done. And sometimes he'll lay it on people's hearts, man, to just maybe give you that because he know, like, they'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But when he did that, he said, yo, you shouldn't go no less than that, man. You paying paper, man. I said, damn, I appreciate you hyping me up like that because some people don't do that shit because they feel like them doing that is taken away from them.
It's not, though.
But it's not.
Because what he then instilled in you was another level of confidence or a confirmation of confidence.
It was, man.
And then along with the bread, you know what I'm saying?
It was, I went home, man. I drove back home and I was just sitting there like, God, thank you for putting that thought in my mind to go ahead and do this DJ thing. Because because hosting, man, it's a tough game.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough game because, you know, you can go and host, but that don't mean that all your followers is gonna follow you everywhere you go.
Nope.
It don't work like that.
And that's why I be telling the host, I'm like, yo, like, when you agree to host something, don't agree to the promotional part.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they want you to host so you can promote, but nah, this is my hosting.
And I had to realize the same thing, man. Somebody had to really make that very, very like clear to me. Like, just like when you DJ, if they want you to DJ, you just DJ.
You just
They
DJ.
want you to DJ and host because that's what I feel like I come a little different at. I can DJ and host at the same time. Like, I be playing like, hold on, y'all, wait. This next joint I'm about to play right now,
Right.
I know y'all know about this one. Hold on, if you don't know, you too young, time to go. Play that joint. But it's like that moment of interacting with the crowd, making them do certain things if it ain't nothing but raising their hand. But like, yo, look, I see you over there with that lime green purse on.
Right.
Hype her up. Like, she ain't got that lime green purse for no reason. She want that purse to be highlighted for the night.
Right.
So I do it. That's what made you, well, no. Who do you think you are? That's what made me who I am. That's what, you know what I mean? I look at what's gonna make people happy. How can I give back?
Yeah.
That's my whole thing, bro.
That's it.
That's it. It ain't nothing else.
Because the impact, and that impact isn't just for them. It's gonna come back. It gotta come back.
Got to, man. It got to. Just like what goes up must come down. It's just the way.
It's a law.
It's a law.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that. I remember at our very first Inspired show, I said, Crystal, I'm like, yo, you undercharged me. And at the time, I didn't know that she had actually charged me the most that she had ever charged anybody.
Oh, wow.
Cause I ain't know her. I ain't know the game.
Yeah,
I'm
she
just
got
like,
you.
but she was just like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna get paid for this one.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yo, you should have at least charged me. You should have been charging me 3.5 times what you charged me, based off of what I just saw.
Right.
And I was like, and to prove to you, I ain't just saying some bullshit. Like next time, that's what I'm gonna pay you.
Yeah.
And I actually think you're worth more than that.
Right. Listen, and this goes for all the tastemakers, the radio personalities, I mean, all the hosts out there. Of course you know your worth, but you're never gonna get paid your worth, in my eyes, in your city. It's not gonna happen. You're not gonna even get paid your worth when you out doing what you do when you go to different places. Your worth is gonna come within your work ethic. You're just gonna keep building. I had to realize that, like right now, a motherfucker couldn't talk to me about no $300, $400, man.
Right.
It's like, oh hell no, what we talking about? There ain't no money.
Ain't no money.
Like really, honestly, man, who do I think I am? Look, man, let me talk my shit. You know, it's the money out. It's money out here. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
It's money out here, but the money that everybody is like hustling to get, it ain't no.
That ain't no money. Right.
That's why I be like,
It's just scraps.
y'all can do that fucking event. I don't have to be there. I don't want to be there because y'all not about to pay me less than what the fuck I know I should be paid.
At least the minimum.
At least meet me.
Right.
You ain't even trying to make me come all the way to your crib? Oh, no. You got to meet me halfway in the X sign or something.
Right.
Because it's like, you're not about to get more from this situation, and you the one that need the help.
Right.
Oh, we ain't gonna play that game.
Yeah.
Them days is over. And I think them days should be over for everybody now, man.
For everybody.
Yeah, because we all in a place where, man, I love seeing what you do, what Crystal do. My girl Bernie, K Spice, my boy Party Boy. You know what I'm
I had
saying?
Party Boy in the episode.
Yeah, you know,
too.
like, I love seeing what everybody is so capable of doing, man, and how they do it. They do it in their own special way.
Right.
It's like they can walk in the room, be them. When I walk in the room, it's like, shit, I'm gonna be me too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we are gonna be the big dogs. Let me say this right now. We are going to be the new big dogs for the new generation that's coming.
Yeah, because they looking. They paying attention.
They not paying, they're paying attention, but they're also gonna be willing to pay because they see what you have to offer.
Yeah. And you got, and one thing, I knew this coming into the game, but then you get caught up in what you think should happen and how fast you think it should happen. What I wasn't realizing is like, it takes a lot of people's attention for then somebody else to pay attention, right? So I'm like,
I like that. Man, can you say that one more time?
It takes a lot of attention for somebody else to pay attention.
Ooh, I gotta use that one. I gotta use
Listen,
that
that's
one.
brand new hot off the press today.
Ooh, yeah.
But it does, and I say that because like I was like, man, yo, like why can't we get no sponsors, bro? Like, man, we just had a triple digits the first show, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The second show, we got 200 people in the room. Like,
Yeah.
like yo, people should be knocking the door down.
Hey, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
When you doing these events, are you calculating these numbers?
Yeah.
Like even on the Eventbrite or anything like that?
Yeah.
Just take that shit, man. Write a proposal letter and just take that to these different. I'm pretty sure you know. I'm pretty sure you already know.
Yeah, it's coming together now.
Yeah, it's coming together now.
Yeah.
And, but you know what? That's what it takes, man. Even with like big companies like Pepsi and Coca-Cola, like I'm already in the thoughts and knowing what I need to do because I had to ask, like, yo, what do you have to? What type of numbers have to be shown?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, if I got these platforms that I have collectively, what can I do to really monetize all of it in one?
Yeah.
Those be my thoughts when I'm sleeping, if I'm daydreaming, or I'm thinking like, well, the game is media now.
Yeah.
So let's put it together.
Yeah. And see, those are the questions I wasn't asking myself, right? I was ignorant to just entertainment industry altogether. All I did was hoop, play poker,
Hey man,
watch some video games. Yeah.
Okay.
Before it expired, I was traveling on the circuit. I was about to play in the World Series that summer.
Come on, man.
And then just completely pivoted and decided to do this. But I'm gonna get back there on the poker table this summer.
Why not, man? This
This
good,
summer
man.
going into the end of the year.
Yeah, go get it.
Because I got pretty good at poker.
That's what's up right there. That's
Yeah.
the interesting fact right there, right? That's my man SP right here, man. For real.
But it's crazy because I wasn't asking myself those questions. I was just like, yo, the show was dope. Why nobody don't want to cut a check?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so then once I realized it takes a lot of attention to get somebody to pay attention, I'm like, all right, let me just focus on making sure the show stay dope. Let me focus on adding the things to it that's gonna bring more attention. And then now, you know what I'm saying, just in the last few weeks,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, you gonna sponsor?
Come on, man.
Oh, you got what type of budget?
Come on.
I bet, let's go. But it's crazy because, you know, you already knowing that for years, me now learning that, and that's what we pass on to the next generation of people who are gonna be a part of what we're doing. So they don't have to sit around and be wondering, well, how do I get sponsorships? What do I need to do to even, because if I'd have known like, okay, look, you need to have X amount of people at a show,
Right.
you need to have X amount of people paying this for VIP, this and the other, I'd have been like, okay, that's what I need to do.
Yeah, that's the
when I
target.
hit that,
Yeah.
I'm good. But I was like, oh, why ain't nobody?
Yeah, you sitting there getting frustrated while swinging in the air, trying to figure this shit out. Yeah, like.
And then it got to a point where I started getting frustrated with it to a point where, and this is good, but it's also a fault of mine where I'm like, head down, I got it myself. Don't even worry about it. I got the bread.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? However I got to get, if I got to drive Uber for 70 hours a week,
yeah, man.
cool. If I got to go and do this contract over here and be gone for a month, hey, it's whatever it is.
Yeah, man.
But rich people don't, and I got this from David Shan.
Okay.
Rich people don't make money by working hard. They get rich by thinking.
That's all the thing is, man. I realized, like, and I was talking about this on my show not too long ago. I was asking the fellas, like, do you mind or do you care if your female make more money than you? And if so, why?
I don't care. If I had it, I ain't got no girlfriend, but if I had one.
Yeah, it's like, but I was saying, my point was that, you know, the reason why sometimes you come across with females, you know, they got their shit together, you know, they may got a little money, depending on whoever the girl is.
Right.
The reason why is because, number one, they took the time to get the knowledge.
Yeah.
Think about when you get that piece of paper, when you apply for that job, you already
feel like you're supposed to get it anyway.
Yeah, you already hitting that, you know, 50,000 or better. It's like, how many people can get it? I mean, like, the average is not making $50,000 a year.
Right.
So you already putting yourself ahead of the game. Don't be people like us where it's like our money coming off muscles and hustles and dealings and negotiating and all of that. So it's like the money different, but where we going with it?
Oh yeah.
We gonna be able to sleep and wake up money just
right. It's coming.
What?
And it's right there just because when you know what you're doing with something, like you said earlier, like instead of just being like, all right, I'm gonna go do this, I ain't got no plan, whatever.
Right.
Like when you actually start honing in and know exactly what you're doing, it's a wrap.
It is, man. It is.
Especially if it's good now. You gotta be good.
Oh, yeah, gotta be some good shit.
The product gotta be great.
The product gotta be on point now.
You gotta be good.
Yeah, the product gotta be on point, man. But you know, that's one of them things where it's like once you lock in, man, I call this thing locking in. You know what I'm saying? Who do you look? Who do I think I am? Who do you think you are? What? Come on, man. Perry Paper TV, live and direct, the biggest mouth of the South, and being the biggest mouth of the South is not saying it just to say it, yo.
Right.
Being the biggest mouth of the South is saying that I'm not afraid to speak what I feel, no matter what. Yeah. I'ma say it very live and direct. But I'm also gonna give you the realest, man. I ain't talking about no bullshit over there. I ain't gossiping over there. That's why, even with me being a radio personality, I kind of struggle with this one thing. And I'm not afraid to say it. I struggle with gossiping about celebrities because I don't care. Yeah. Like, I really don't, not that I don't care, it's just, I just don't care enough to feel like I need to like
have a whole conversation.
Yeah, like I ain't about to sit and research everything that you done did there, went there, like the blogs for that. Right. But I'm more trying to like see your thought process, see like how did that come about? You know, I done been through a couple of relationships, so you know I play relationships, so I know about relationships. Like these are the things that when it come down to another side of Perry Paper, this is how I'm trying to come, man. Yeah. It's like I want to be the next Khaled. That's already. I've been saying that since Khaled, did his first drop. Right. Like I met him some years back, So it's like me seeing him at the age of like 17 and.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yeah, it was like it blew me. It kind of blew. It was like we in the studio and he over there doing a drop for Hazardous for one of the artists called Real Dynamite back in the day, and when I seen him, it was like. Yo, you supposed to be around these people, man. This is gonna happen for you, yo. Like this is gonna happen. Like you gonna be on your Diddy shit. Don't get me wrong. You gonna be on your Khaled shit. But the most important, and if you don't catch nothing else on this interview right here, this is the drop of all drops. If I had to really compare myself, not compare, but who I would wanna mirror, it would be Clarence Avant, man.
Clarence Avant, who is that?
Check him out. Clarence Avant was like he's the godfather of the industry. He was the guy that connected the dots for everybody. He brought people together that you wouldn't expect to come together and get deals done. He was the one where he was his own person, but he was sitting at the table with all the executives making executive decisions because they knew that his ballot, his word, his ear for music was on point. They knew that he could go and make a call to one of the biggest celebrities or the biggest athlete and say, hey, can you come to this fundraiser we doing for Heal the Ear or something like that, and they will come and they'll bring thousands of people because of the relationship. He was that guy. Still is. He's still alive. But Clarence Avant, man, you look him up. You guys look him up. I mean, he's a legend. I wouldn't compare myself because I feel like, I don't know, people probably think it's a little disrespectful, so I'm not going to aim that high. But who do I think I am, though? I feel like I'm going to mirror that guy. I study him. I study the Dame Dash. I study Diddy. I study Jay. Master P too. But, but these are people that show the way. Like, if you sit there with all this technology, YouTube, all of this, it's like, man, fuck going to see a girl.
Right.
Hey, fuck all that Netflix and chill. Fuck all that. We do that later when I'm done with everything. Like, I want to sit back and listen to like, what was your thought process to even do this? Because you did it and it's being done and it's been done right. Yeah. So how can I put my twist to it with this new era with the new media, with the new access to different things. Think about when we played basketball, for example. How like them games when we were busting ass, giving 30 here, 40 there. But yeah, we had videos, but you know, that was like for when you go back the next day in practice, you go look at the games, you know, you critique the games. But we didn't have this on media.
No.
Imagine we had that. So every 10-year decade, it's gonna be the era where they felt like they missed out on a lot of shit because they didn't have it. Well, back then we didn't have that. We had this, we had to work with that. But it's like now, shoot, we had all of this. We seeing all of this and more on. We in a gold mine.
Gold mine, sweet spot.
Listen. I'm here on Who Do You Think You Are podcast with my man SP, and we letting the world know, Perry Paper letting you know as well, that we are in the gold mine. You can learn what you want to learn. You can become what you want to become. Matter of fact, you can manipulate anything that you really want to. You see what I'm saying?
You can.
It's media. We got the hot look. We got one of the biggest media companies in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Your platform is you can look, man. I ain't gonna talk too much, but you can make.
No, that's what we're here for.
Yeah. You can make anything what you want to make it, man.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're right. Like even when I started the podcast, I did it out of part of it was a selfish reason, and the other part was so. The selfish reason was I needed to get myself to be more open with people again. Like I talk to people all the time. I go out. I would rather be at home all the time. I'm not an introvert. I'm really an ambivert.
Okay.
Ambivert. How do you say it?
Yeah.
But I had gotten to a point where I was trying to work with certain people that didn't want to work with me or would just completely just disregard me, this and the other. And so, you know, I get into man, fuck it, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to do whatever I do, and I don't even care about, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, I can't, like, my vision for what I'm trying to do and the impact that I want to make with a platform, I can't have that mindset. So I was like, if I start reaching out to people that I don't know, people that I do know, and I sit and I talk with them one-on-one, that'll on a regular basis get my mind to open up to other people again, to the point where I'm not boxing myself in. Right?
Nah, you're right.
So then the other part of it was, I want to make sure that these people that I'm reaching out to, that they can get some value too, because now I got a platform. People are starting to kind of pay attention to where I go, what I do, what I say, and I can offer some value.
Yeah, absolutely, you can.
So then, like I said, I started summer. You know what I'm saying? So now we're here toward the end of the year, which I'm not even supposed to date my podcast.
Yeah. It's all good.
We're here now toward the end of the year, and I'm like, all right. So next year, what's the next level to that? And I'm like, I need to become Mr. Clairvon. I need to become that connector person.
Connector, man.
But I don't do stuff just regular. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just OD and just I need to go from putting out 1 a week to putting out 2 a week. Then I got some other things planned for once I get to some certain milestones that ain't even about me, like secondarily it is.
Yeah.
But now it's about all the people, which was my whole thing in the beginning of making sure I wasn't boxing my mind in.
Yeah, man.
Because Crystal talked to me all the time, like, Mr. Hill, we can't be like that. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, F them, yo.
Yeah, man.
But, and some people, yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yes, you do. Yes.
But at the same time, if I'm building something and I'm doing the right things the right way, I don't want to throw an interception over here for no reason. Right. And then I'm sitting back wondering, man, I'm doing everything right.
Yeah.
But you're not, because your mindset is screwed up just towards people in general. You looking at everybody's side eye because you don't know who they are, what their intentions are.
Right.
Like, throw all that out the window. Get back to what you used to be at before you even came around all that.
Yeah, the thing I tell you, man, don't take nothing personal with this whole thing. I stress that the most with, my close friends, not really called friends, even the people that's coming to my life now that's completely there for a reason. Like, the people that I've been running into now, that I done built relationships with, I sit back and I be like, you don't even know that we in each other's lives for these reasons. I see a couple of them already. Yeah. So anything besides that, I don't never take nothing personal.
That's so hard.
Oh man, but listen, I promise you, King, if you master that part, even when it comes down to females, if you master, okay, a female, I mean, there's so many beautiful women out here. Listen.
It's a ton of them.
It's a ton of beautiful women.
God won't play.
The women out here, the way they look, it's just so beautiful. But you can look at so many different pretty females, right? And you can have, let's say you line up 5 females. They all fine. You can, if you said all of them, scale of 1 to 10, you would damn near get all of them a 10, right? And you have a 10-minute conversation with each one, back to back to back. Mm-hmm. And if you go in it with the intentions, though, to see, okay, what more can I get out of this than just the you look good, and like what is it about your brain? Why are you here on earth? Right. Once you can get that part and pluck that out, you realize that you get so much more from that person. Yeah. Because guess what? That same face that you probably felt or lust about, you're going to turn around and you're going to see somebody else. Yep. And you're going to be like, damn, but shorty right there was a whole accountant. She could have damn got made sure my legs, everything, my assets, the liability, like she was good for that. Right. But you wanted to go the extra mile for what though? What, for a thrill? For what? And so
it's you just made me think. There was this girl I was crushing on at one point in time. I'm talking about crushing, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I give it all.
Yeah, I feel you. Those one of the things you'll risk it all. I know.
Give it all up for her.
Yeah.
This one, I was crushing on her for maybe a couple years. Now I knew her, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We speak, but it won't never nothing because I don't be pressing no chick out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it wasn't even that type of situation. But then one day she was like, "Yo, you wanna, you know what I'm saying? You wanna go get coffee or whatever?" Bet. Here we go. That's all I need. Listen, I won't go press out, but yeah, I'm down.
They said bet. Yeah.
We went, bro, and we sat in a record store
Mm.
and drank. You know, I had tea, she had coffee. We chopped it up, laughed, looked at books, records. For 8 hours, bro, that day we chilled. Right?
8?
8, a whole shift.
You put a whole shift in. You was in that thing milking.
At the end of the day, on my ride home, I was like, I wouldn't date her. 2 whole years of just
Come
like,
on,
yo,
man.
I give up everything for her. And it wasn't nothing wrong with her. It was just like, yo, she not for me.
Right.
And I think she realized the same thing. Now I don't know if she was crushing on me or how whatever. But it was just like, and so then I still see it to this day.
Man,
that's like, hey, what's good with
and
you?
that's the beauty, because I'm telling you, she working her move. It's a female out there working her move right now to where it's gonna be very beneficial for you later on down the line if you keep it strictly what it is, man. And that's one thing I definitely learned throughout the years, man. These pretty females that I come across, it's like, man, you ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to take it there with them. Just really utilize their brain, man, and also give back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give back. That's the way that it works, though. It's the yin to the yang. So that's one thing I would say, man. Yeah, it was hard at one time, but then when I start realizing, start locking in on the goal, the vision, and realizing, like, man, all this shit right here, you worry about this right here later. Like, trust me, it's gonna be, trust me, man. You ain't missing nothing. Like, trust me, you're not. Because once you get where you trying to go, you're gonna be like, what the fuck was I thinking about back then? They goddamn Raleigh with Ocean. Boy, I was tripping like hell. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that's not like you know, taking no credit from nobody, because everybody is their own person, and they, you know, so. But that is one thing that I realized my focus changed, man. The way I, you know, conduct business, how the business was getting ran, how it's getting done, is because you taking that part out of it and you focus on the talent, the gift, and what they learn.
That's it. I remember I told somebody one time, this girl was like, you know, what's going on, SP, da, da. And at this point, this is probably like after our second show, going into 2019, like I'm looking at everybody everybody's side eye.
Yeah. So I'm looking at everybody.
Because I'm like, yo, like, I see it starting to, you know what I'm saying, buzz starting to come, this and that and the other. And I already didn't like people knowing who I was and I didn't know who they were. Male, female, it ain't matter. Like, that's dangerous.
It is, man. It is, though. It is.
And so, you know, girls coming up out of the woodwork, so I'm just like, y'all wasn't trying to talk to me before.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like how, like, I got a Camry. Ain't nobody ever stopped me at the light.
Right.
By Crabtree, like, yo, bro, you But if I pull up at the light and I got a Wraith, somebody gonna
somebody gonna tell you,
So I realized too, and I had to kind of dial it back a little bit, like understand that everybody not on that.
Right.
But yo, I'm driving a fancy car right now with the show. That's what it's shining.
Yeah, it's a shining. Yeah.
And so I remember this girl was like, you know, SP, you know what I'm saying? Maybe sometime we can go out and get some drinks. And I don't drink alcohol, so I was like, yo, I don't drink. So she was like, okay, well, you know, maybe we go out to eat somewhere. I was like, yo, I don't eat.
You said I don't eat.
She looked at me, bro, like I had 5 heads. Like, I'm like, yeah, let me step over here. Like, I had got to a point where I just wouldn't even have no conversation with nobody.
Wow.
But then I realized, like, and not just with women, but just in general, I realized, like, yo, I can't have that mindset that everybody got to get something, because I ain't even got shit yet, for real.
Right. I see what you're saying.
So I had to kind of bring myself down and understand, like, yo, some people want to get coffee with you because they want to pick your brain. Yeah. Or they want to get coffee with you so they can give you some game. Like, yo, I noticed this. Right. Versus if I was still like that just from a couple of years ago, I would be cutting my legs,
cutting blessings, man. Yeah, man. And I'm glad that you picked that up quick, because if you didn't pick that up, you'd still be right now to this day cutting yourself short, yo. I'm glad that you're saying what you're saying, though, because that right there is so important, man. Like, talking to people, plucking their brain, letting them pluck your brain, saying certain things that you never heard before. It's like, yo, don't be afraid to ask. That's one thing in school, man. I was born with a deaf ear. So everything that I needed to hear, I always had to ask or tell the teacher to repeat it again. Wow. So I always raised my hand. I was the one like, hold on. Say that one more time. Right. So, because for me, I didn't care about embarrassment. I was too confident growing up. Right. So, like, man, I worked at a cell phone company inside of Crabtree Mall, right? Me and my cousin. He introduced me to it. And it was a small kiosk. We had the phones in the drawers. So it was a small kiosk, just go up and down. It ain't about 3 tables, that's it. And I mean, we had to convert people from T-Mobile, and T-Mobile wasn't even fucking good like that back then. So we had to convert people from whatever other service they had to T-Mobile. And I mean, we had to make them come out of their contract, break a 2-year contract, get with us, because we're a lot cheaper. So man, I had to we had a little box, and you couldn't go outside of the box because you can get in trouble. Like, after you talk to them and they pass that line, that was it. Man, that's where my confidence level really went sky high rocket. I got so many no's that my yeses start flowing in. I'm talking about the most money I think I ever made for a job, because I was converted. Hey, excuse me, what's your name? Can I have a quick second with you? Oh, yeah, come. Sometimes I think my looks helped out. You know what I mean? Boy, you look ugly. Boy, nigga, if your smile won't like that, she probably would have kept that motherfucker going. So I thank God for a little bit of these looks I got. So they'll stop, and I'll be like, no, seriously, like, how much you paying for your cell phone bill? Like, well, look, this is what I got right here. And we also got a special to you buy one right now. You get no right here for free. I see you got your son right here, boom, your husband, man, whoever. They'll come check it out, give them a little spill. They'll be like, all right, I'll do it. And I used to think, like, what in the fuck? You telling me that I'm coming to the mall and go shopping and somebody randomly stop me and make me cancel my 2-year contract? Yep. And convert over and get brand new phones that day, switch over shit? Like, yo, I knew right then and there, like, yo, you goddamn, you all right. You gonna be all right with this shit. Like, you gotta keep this going, though.
Cause what that taught you is that you can interrupt people's life and they'll accept it. So then, and I don't know if at that time you really understood what your vision or what your passion was. Nope. But being that you didn't, once you found out what your vision and your passion was, and then you add knowing that with interrupting people's lives, now you're interrupting people's lives, and you know you got something good to give. And so once you have that, and I tell artists that all the time, like yo, if you believe in what you got, why wouldn't you interrupt somebody else's life to be like, yo, I got something good for you.
Right.
If you a shyster, a scam, and they be the most open to interrupt.
Oh man,
they already know they
sharp, they going,
they doing everything, you know what I mean? But I tell people like, cause people like, man, you be promoting. I'm like, yeah, I'm always promoting. Like I got a thing I bought, and it really like holds your phone. So if you want to be in the bed, you can just be kind of orange free. You can adjust the arms and stuff. Well, I got it. It's in the car, so I wish I had brought it in.
Oh, wow, I need that. That's what I'm gonna need.
I have my phone, I put my phone on it, and I put it around my neck, and I walk around. Like, if I go to Walmart, or if I'm going to an event or something, like, you'll see I have my phone, and I got my recap playing across my chest.
Word.
And so, people ain't got no choice but to
see, like,
look at it, right?
Yeah.
Now, they may or may not say nothing. And I may or may not be like on a mission to like really be promoting hard.
Yeah.
But I've had people come up to me at events where I just had it on just so I got it on, but I'm chilling. People will come over like literally interrupt my conversation. I don't mean to interrupt your conversation, but yo, what is that? And then boom, that opens up a conversation.
Open up every time, man. You know what? You gotta introduce me to that. I gotta get that right there.
$20 on Amazon.
Oh, I got to go grab it. I got to go and get that motherfucker. I gotta get it.
Because it works, and then even if I am on a mission, let's say I'm at an event, I'm like, yo, today I'm promoting hard. When I'm talking to somebody about what I'm talking to them about, they're actually seeing it at the same time. Because I'm talking to them, they're listening, but then they look, they're looking up and down, and they're just seeing exactly what I'm telling them and spelling it out. Because poetry, the first thing somebody think, open mic, in a bar, something like that. But if I'm telling them something and their brain is saying, oh, open mic, bar, but then they're looking right at it and they seeing Raleigh Convention Center, limo, suits, tux.
Right.
Then their curiosity is already peaked. And I already know, once I get you in the room, I'm going to give you something that's going to impact you.
Yeah, absolutely. You got that shit in you. You already know. You got it in you, man. I definitely can't wait, man, to really start doing some real, some solid events with you, man, in the near future, man. Because I can tell it's going to be like something different, man.
And once you get people like ourselves, like, people are like, man, you got a whole team. And I'm like, not really.
Right.
I got, it's me and Crystal.
Yeah, they got my selects.
And then I got one other person that's kind of, we kind of bringing in. And then I got a team of people that do help me the day of a show. Gotcha. I'm like, on a day-to-day basis,
man,
it's us.
You hold it,
man, like, once you start plugging and playing with different things, because it may be some stuff that, like, I can help you with.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, SP, I need this, that, and the other, da. And then you got somebody you can count on.
Right.
That's going to get something done the right way, when they say they're going to do it, how they say they're going to do it. And once you got 15, 20 of them, whether they in your company or not, they in your company, and then that start flowing, then you start, that's when stuff start happening.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's how it happens. But you know what, the key that you said that was so important, man, is that you got out of that, like closing off on people.
I had to. Because I ain't never been like that.
Gotcha.
I was never like that, so I realized when it started happening, this ain't my norm.
Gotcha.
I was like, this ain't my norm. I'm hooping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you hooping, like, you not closed off from your teammates. If you are, and y'all ain't passing each other the ball, you already know what that is.
Yeah, word.
And so I realized, like, yo, this isn't my normal me. And for whatever reason, I'm just focused, or I want to make sure it's done, or whatever. I'm starting to just shut people off. But I'm like, I got to get back to my norm.
Absolutely.
And so this was a way for me to make that happen. Because I couldn't really figure out how to do it other than that. Because think if I was still in that mindset, then this last show we just had was the biggest show we ever had. Mm-hmm. And everybody coming up to me, and I'm just, there's a whole lot of conversations just in the last 3 weeks.
I believe it.
That have been super beneficial that I never would have had.
Right. And then now it's like, now by you not doing that, it's like, damn, it's like you seeing you seeing how everything coming and flowing the way that you did. I'm glad you did that pivot and you did that though, and you here now with it. Because number one, I feel like the title of your podcast is gonna go crazy. Who do you think you are? Come on, man. I love that, man. I really do. I think that right there alone is like it's a perfect stage setup, man. Yeah, it really is a perfect stage setup right there, man.
I like it, man. And like I said, like me and you, we've seen each other, dab each other up, but we ain't never sat down.
We ain't never really sat down and
yeah,
absolutely.
We ain't never had a chance to talk.
Yeah.
And so that allows me that opportunity too. Like I've had people on the podcast that I didn't meet until the morning they walked through the door.
Oh, word.
And before that, we only like, hey, I got a
this
podcast,
right here, yeah.
And that was it. So even those situations, Juice Lord was one of them.
Okay.
Me and Juice Lord, we had never met before. We had never talked or nothing. I just heard about him, seen his video Quarantine blowing up, and I just started digging a little bit. Man, we had a good old conversation.
That's dope right there, man. That's
House
dope.
Playing Hippie was another one.
Okay.
I hadn't met her before she walked in the door.
She dope?
Yeah, she dope.
That's what's up. Yeah. I would definitely love to have a conversation with her. Yeah, she said
I'm
she.
gonna have to send you that episode too.
Bet, send it to me. Send it to me.
And it's amazing, being able to sit with people like yourself that, like you hoop, I hoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your parents got divorced.
Yeah.
My parents got divorced. But then to see the differences as well.
Right.
And understand where those differences can give me a different perspective on life. And then vice versa.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or boom, we chop a piece of this content out. Maybe somebody don't watch the whole episode, but they see one of the pieces that's on Instagram.
That's cool.
That hit them and they just like, man.
Damn. Like.
And next thing you know, they DM in Perry Paper TV like, yo, I seen this joint 6 months ago that you said this. And it just opened up my whole
Yo, I'm
world.
telling you, this episode right here, man, I'm saying it live and direct right now. This right here is about to go global right here, you know what I'm saying? You see your boy with the fedora hat on, you see him with the blue on, you know what I mean? You better know when I step in the building, we coming live and direct, so have the lights and the cameras on, man. You gotta have it on. It's the energy though. I feel like it's the energy, it's the excitement, man. It's the excitement for me. It's the excitement of every day, if I live to see it, another day to do something different, to bring back to the culture, man. All this capping about, the culture and rap and R&B dying, all the other extras. It's like, nah, man. It's like somebody got to bring the feel back. Right. I feel like that's what, who do I think I am? I'm the guy that's going to bring that feel back. Like, I remember like watching the interview, Diddy was like, man, like this music good, but the soul at, like ain't like what's going, like I want to hear some shit that make you be like, ooh, you hear the ooh, like I'm all about that. So when I start dropping these albums coming soon, because that's my thing. If I want to be the next Khaled, I got to go and start building my catalog.
Got to.
I got the producers, NC Sound. I got a whole production company. I mean, many producers. I got the photographers and the videographers that can really do it. I just found somebody like 2 days ago that loves to edit. I'm like, thank you, God. Did you say you love? Did you use the word love before editing?
Right.
And she said, yes, I use the word love. I said, well, you've been who I've been looking for all my life. She started laughing. I'm like, no, you don't even understand. If you love to edit.
You love to, because editing is
that's the key.
us.
Ooh!
And if you can't do it, I don't care what your footage look like, unless you package it a certain way for people,
right.
It's not gonna be what it is. I learned how to edit during COVID.
Okay.
So I can put.
No, I see some of your joints. Yeah, I'm about to say,
It's like I don't love to edit.
Right. And I can do it myself. Don't get me wrong.
It take time,
but it take a lot of time when you need to be putting in other.
Hours.
She said she love it, bro. It almost.
She but there ain't no mic.
Look.
She just made some more money because I already know I'm gonna wind up.
Listen, I told her though, and I kept it a band with her. She know who she is. I told her. I said, look, if you serious about what you just told me. I know for a fact that with the clientele that I have, I can make it happen. And when she showed me them clips of her doing different music videos and how she was cutting the different effects and like the transition, and I was like, this is you?
I need to see some of her work.
Oh man, you see, you're gonna be like, yo, like, And she says like she does it like it's natural. Like she can just be chilling. Like it's natural. It ain't that she gotta be like, okay, here I go.
Right.
Like
And
she love it.
And that's me.
Right, here you go. Damn, I got it in it. All right, come on.
Let me scroll through this.
Yeah.
Scroll through this footage.
Right.
All right, yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Yeah, like that's time consuming, man. I get it. But I tell you, man, this interview right here ain't gonna be a lot of cutting, man. You don't have to do a whole lot of editing.
With this, I don't cut nothing.
No, I feel you. I tell people that all the time. I say, look, man, anytime you live and direct with me, it's just straight shot, man. Give it to them raw.
I always tell people, don't say nothing you don't want on camera.
Yeah.
I don't cut nothing out. I don't cut nothing out. One time I had to get up, we was at the Black Market.
Yeah.
Me and Nick Corman.
Yeah.
And somebody came to the door that was bringing a package in, and they closed on when I shoot.
Uh-huh.
And so I had to get up. I ain't even cut that out. Man, this commercial break is brought to you.
Talk to you about it.
Yeah, I ain't cut it out. Cause I don't got time.
Mm-hmm.
It already take me time to chop up the social media stuff and all that. So then with actual like recaps and stuff for shows and stuff that I was doing, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, man, it's time consuming. But like I said, yo, I got a crazy plug on that. So if you definitely need that, the service is there. Is there. She told me, she said, well, look, when you get back from the club tonight, tomorrow, after the interview, I got another gig tonight. But
right.
Sunday, I'm creating a package towards with her. Like, we partners now. I told her, like, look, you ain't got to look no further. Because her thing was, she's not around people that got the work ethic.
Yeah.
So, I know how that is. I used to get frustrated, man. Like, even with some of my friends, like, yo, come on, y'all. Like, what the fuck? Like,
right.
And everybody just moving like molasses, like slow. Like, I'm like, oh, no. So I had to realize that I love y'all, but I gotta love y'all from afar, and I just gotta keep this shit going the way that I know, like.
Got to.
And that's really what it be, man.
Because if not, I told a friend the other day, I was like, yo, you gotta get somebody that can do what you want to do, how you want to do it. If this person don't want to do it that way, or they don't, or they aren't doing it that way, I'm like, you gotta make a decision of whether or not you gonna look back and you gonna be mad at them, or you gonna be mad at yourself.
Right.
Or no, I said it wrong. She said the person might be mad at her if she don't work with them. I said, well, are you okay with them being mad at you, or you being mad at yourself?
Ooh, what she say?
She was like, I feel you.
That's deep. It's like, because are you going off of other people's feelings, or like, are you going off the fact that, damn, that was me? Like, you know what I mean? That's because a lot of people do that. They do go off of what somebody else feels.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, that's not what you do.
And I understand it, but when you trying to move through your vision, or even just a business, or hell, your job, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, you gotta be able to say, nah, this is how it need to be, because this is how I envision it, this is how it's supposed to be, and that be that.
Right. Yep.
Like there was for the last show, there was a poet that I wanted to work with that I had we had agreed prior to work with, and then of course COVID, all that stuff, and stuff kept moving on. But by the time I got to this show, when I looked at how this show was supposed to feel, because every show has a different feel to it, I'm like, this show doesn't include the pieces that I wrote for that poet. And it wasn't even nothing about that particular poet at all, because I wanted to work with him. Like, anybody I reach out to, like, if I reach out to you, I want to work with you.
Yeah.
But this show those two pieces didn't fit anymore, because there was so many changes over time and da-da-da-da. And I was like, dang, man, I don't want to have this conversation.
Yeah, but that's a learning. I feel like all of that's like a little learning curve with certain things, man. That's all it is. It ain't, you took that shit to the game, you know what I'm saying, charge to the game, man. You kind of just learn from it, and then you just like, keep going though. Like, that's what I realized. Even when you mess up, like being live and direct, that's one thing. Like, I'm so glad I kind of like just, that quote is like a 90s quote, number one.
Yep.
So I'm letting people know that I didn't come up with live and direct. Like, live and
been
direct definitely came like in the 90s. That's why I understood the whole quote, but no one really was using it.
Nah. You heard it, but nobody wasn't, like you said, nobody was using it.
They like stamped that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I realized, like, yo, damn, I am very live. Like, I tell somebody quick, yo, cut the camera on, come on. I used to do that growing up. Like, you cut the camera on, man, talk.
Right.
And then I realized, like, yo, you are direct, too. You don't really sugarcoat a lot of shit because you say how you feel. Like, you ain't gonna beat me up. Because I'm saying, I feel like you ain't putting no fear in my heart.
Right.
So why I can't say how I feel. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And I always thought like that. Like, even growing up, it's like the only way you will either lie or sugarcoat is if another person. Now, let me explain myself on this, because some people are lie to protect your feelings,
Right.
but sometimes people are lie because of fear or the fact they don't want to see the reaction that will happen.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I'm that guy I want to see. That's why I like to stir the pot. So with my topics, like, I like to make it very uncomfortable.
Right.
Why? We just talking. That's what this thing's
So
about.
we just talking.
We're talking and healing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
we're talking and healing. Hopefully, you can learn something and you heal from that. Because, like, oh, damn, that makes sense. Okay.
Yep.
And then to go apply it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
What is one of the biggest things that you, light bulbs like that went off for you? Something you heard that somebody said or told you, and then it went off for you, and it just changed everything.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The Bronx Tales. Have you ever seen that movie?
I haven't seen that movie. I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
The Bronx Tales, man. He said a quote. He said, nobody cares. Nobody cares. And he kept saying it, and then it went to a scene. It was a funeral scene,
Okay.
and then you realize, like, the people that was at the funeral, they were just there. They were just there, you know. They were talking about business with other people, talking about this, and everybody just kind of like having normal talk, but just being there in the comfort of everybody because it was a funeral. But after everybody left, everybody went back to life. Didn't nobody care about that man. They didn't care no more. It was out of sight, out of mind. So for me, it was like, at that moment, man, believe it or not, that was the moment where I realized, like, don't nobody care, man. Do you. Like, while you on this earth and your time is still going, do you, and don't give two fucks.
Right.
What nobody think or what they gonna say. As long as you ain't doing nothing that's gonna get you locked up, or as long as you ain't doing nothing that's gonna hinder you from seeing your family or your kids, or something that's gonna take away from you, that's gonna hurt everybody else to become a domino effect, say that shit. Let that shit go, because guess what? The world gotta hear it. They gotta feel it, and they gotta know that it came from you. It came from within.
Right.
It came from a place where it probably wasn't even you.
Right.
Half of the time, sometimes when I get in my moment, I realize, like, yo, this ain't even me talking right now, but I'm saying this shit because you gotta hear it. This, you know what I'm saying? This is like, I'm being moved by God. I'm being moved by him to say certain things or to enlighten people in certain areas. That's it. But when you die, don't nobody care.
Don't nobody care.
Don't nobody care. I mean, you know, your parents gonna cry, and everybody
Right.
gonna who love you. Yeah, they gonna earn that. But as time goes, man, like, just people don't care no more. It's like an out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
And that right there is what told me right then and there, yo, go for what you know. Make it to the point where they have to care.
They have to care.
That's the nutshell of it.
I know Gary Vee says when he dies, he wants the whole world to stop. Like, he playing, you know, for legacy on that point where everything that he does culminates to a point where almost kind of how Kobe was, you know what I'm saying? Like,
For real.
and everybody don't love Kobe, you know what I'm saying? There's some people who look at him for certain things that he did or was accused of, or however people want to, you know, whatever. But then there's a lot of people who really, like, look to Kobe and love Kobe. Then there's people who found a newfound respect for Kobe.
Absolutely.
After he passed as well. But what we do know is that the whole world knew that Kobe Bryant was dead. Everybody was stopping and paying attention and, you know, grieving or learning or whatever the case may be in that moment because that man died, versus if, you know, just a random person dies, like you said, they family, but then that's it.
That's it. I tell you this, yo, and I say this to the world right now. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for all the things that people may know you for. Because you're doing so much more work than what you're thinking. When you took that pivot turn to do this right here, This is just, you open up a whole nother world for people to know you for this. But so much people in the world know you for basketball. So much people in the world know you for, doing that contract there and spending time with that group of people for that 6 months or whatever it was. It's like the impact that you have on people in different like realms and different rooms. It's like, yo, don't think that you at a place where like don't nobody know who you are, what you doing, or your character. It's like, man, your name, your legacy, your character is like speaking volumes everywhere you go, because it's like you can be so like, oh, I remember you, man. You sold slippers together. Damn. Like, yeah, we sold the hell out of them slippers, didn't we? Another person, oh, I remember, man, you used to make them people like buy them damn wedding rings, man. Yeah. Like, yeah, we wore that cage together. Man, I remember when you used to damn manage at Macy's, man. You was damn running. I remember you made me take another good 25 minutes. I appreciate that, P. Like, yeah, like, there's so many areas and rooms people know you for. So it's like, you got to give yourself credit, man, and don't hold back for nobody. You got to know who, when they ask you, who are you, or who do you think you are, man, talk your shit and let it hang.
Right.
Who said you can't let that shit hang, though?
Yeah.
It's like, I'd rather let it hang now while I'm alive and let you know how I'm coming.
Right.
Then to be damn dead and you can't hear nothing. The only thing you see is this damn bullshit ass makeup they done put on my face. You see what I'm saying? This nice ass suit I got on, though, but other than that, you know what I mean?
Because it's over then.
It's over. It's over. This life right here, I come to terms that if you don't do the right thing, you know, that's why I say this episode right here is gonna go worldwide, though. I know it is. I spoke it last night. You know, you got to, being on this earth, man, is doing the right thing, learning from these experiences, learning from these signs, learning from the numbers that you see frequently, and realize you got to follow that, because if you don't, the only thing you're going to do is go back on the evolving door. And the evolving door is where you're going to live this shit again until you get it right. So why not get it right? Like, it's like the quote, if you knew better, you do better. Yeah. So if I know better, if I know that that's not right, if I know that this is how I need to be living, or if I know, you know what, don't shice that person, don't steal from that person, because you know that's gonna come back and bite you in the ass. Right. You know, if you know your calling is this right here, don't go do that. You doing this, that thought that came in your minds for a reason. The reason why you drove 2 hours and called a flat tires because it was saving you time to live more, because you was about to go into some shit that you know nothing about. Yeah. So in those moments, man, I don't need to be talking so much like this, but these moments, man, it be the moments of your legacy. We here to move on to another realm of life, to experience it and realize that we was really in the beginning stages of knowing how to just believe in ourselves. Right. Believe in ourselves. This is why we're here. We're here to have faith smaller than a mustard seed and to really believe in the journey that we are faced upon. Your struggle, my struggle is two different struggles. But who said niggas ain't struggling? Right. You see what I'm saying? I feel you. So it's like, just live it. Just live it. Your bank account low, fuck it. Fuck it. It's gonna get better.
Yeah, got to. As long as you moving.
It's the rule of thumb, yo. It's the rule of thumb. You got to say it. You got to say it. You got to be specific. You have to. If I don't tell you, you have to be specific. Yeah. Facts, bro.
Listen.
Yeah, facts.
I'm with it.
Yo, facts.
I'm just hoping, you know what I mean? Because I've learned some things today, and like I already know when I replay the conversation in my head, when I go back through it, there'll be things that I can pull out that I'll be able to use to make my life better. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I'm always looking for. And it's funny because you was like, y'all want me to talk so much. Yeah. But now I'll be listening.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, look, when the tables turn and you come do an interview with me, man, I'm going to dive in your life. I'm going to ask certain things. I'm going to pluck out because I know what the people need to hear. Right. I know what they may be intrigued on. That's another gift that I got. That's why, you know, I do take the interview stuff serious. You know? That's why I made sure that I was on point. You know, because it's like these moments right here, man, it's like somebody sees something in you where they want to sit down and talk with you. Like, don't take that for granted.
Indeed. And you know, it's crazy being completely transparent.
Yeah.
Like when I hit you up, and you was like, yeah, da da da. Then I hit you this morning and was like, yo, we shooting at just a reminder, we shooting. You was like, yeah, you know, I seen it in the email, and so I'm reading it, and of course we looking at text, and I'm like, damn. Like, do he even want to do this?
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Nah, but look, this is just
in your mind.
In my mind, my mind fucking with me. Like, yo, is he? Because comparing to other people, my first person, like, yo, exclamation marks. Like, yo, I can't wait to sit down this morning.
Right. And I'm over here doing hella shit.
Right.
Trying to respond back. I ain't putting nothing in this shit. Look dry as hell. I know what you talking about, kid. I do the same thing sometimes. Like. I completely get it.
But that's one thing I'm trying to get out of too is thinking things that I don't even need to think about.
Yeah, man.
The man said he coming.
I'm coming.
He gonna come, and until he don't show up, until he ain't smiling when I see him, until you know we sitting here like this, and you know 10 minutes in, I'm like, all right, well you know it's been good, man. You know what I mean? You know, shortest episode ever.
Right.
Then I don't even need to. I got too many other things I need to think about rather than thinking about some made up shit that don't even that may not even be real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
The mind powerful, man. It will play tricks on you if you let it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
it will.
I know you remember my mom's playing tricks on me this song. I still listen to that song today, and I'm just like, yo, like I really feel like that song was way before its time.
It was completely before its time.
Like even today, that song just resonates with me because your mind is so powerful, and even though we think we control our mind, we really don't a lot of times. And your mind is just the most trivial shit. Like, yo, the man done said, "Yep, I'm coming through." But here I am thinking about how somebody else was texting me. Here I am thinking about the person that didn't show up one time. Here I am thinking about somebody else that didn't. I'm sitting here and all that, and then as soon as I see you, what's good, King? What's good, man? And then we sit here and we had this impactful conversation that's gonna reach other people and help them. The whole time I'm sitting at the house this morning, like, man, I hope he show up.
Yeah, top of here, man. Look, that's one thing about me, man. I tell people all the time, hold me accountable. Hold me accountable, because that's the only way we're gonna move forward.
That's it.
Especially in this city, man. For me, I just knew, like, okay, my city, I love my city.
Right.
I do. I love my city to death. But one thing I realized that, when people look at you as a peer, they grew up with you, they can't accept the fact that you moving up in the game. You know what I'm saying? Reaching new levels, because it's like, they look at you as a peer. I mean, the whole time. Like, oh, that's mine from, they call me Monty or Mont.
Right.
Oh, that's Monty right there from East Millbrook. That's Monty from Millbrook.
Right.
It just, people know you for different things, so, they can't accept, like, oh, no, that's Perry Paper now.
Right.
Like, that's Perry Paper motherfucking TV right there.
Right.
About the biggest mouth of the South right there. So it's like, in those moments, I be cracking myself up, because, like, man, you really put in the work, man. You got to give yourself a little more credit than what you do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm so humble. I don't care about that. I'm ready to continue to do the work, because the work is fun.
Yeah.
This shit fun. Like,
I feel you.
It's fun. Like how you say you can see what people putting on acts.
Yeah.
It's like, I see it too. I see it all the time. It's like, oh yeah, y'all, you hustling me.
Right.
Or you hustling the game. You don't need to hustle the game. Just be in the flow of the game and let it come to you.
That's it.
2017, somebody told me, you stop thinking about the money will come.
Yep.
Once you start thinking about the money gonna goddamn come to you slow as molasses. And ever since I stopped doing that, stopped thinking about the dollar, and start doing things for free, and seeing how it came back to me, I started seeing my blessings flow.
Yeah.
And in that moment right there, I knew, like, man, I don't think about no money. People be thinking, like, you pressed about the money, or you got like, no. You're gonna pay me my worth, but it ain't the money, because I can decide if I want to do something for free or not.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Live and direct, man. You know what I mean?
Man,
that's
good.
real.
That's good. And closing out, in the beginning, I asked you, who do you think you are?
Oh, man.
Now I'm going to ask you, who do you think you will be?
Man, that gave me goosebumps, yo. It gave me goosebumps, because I feel like, this is that question right there. This is the one that I say, I want this right here to be on every sponsor clip right there. I'm about to let y'all know, I want to be that guy, man. Like I keep going back to Clarence Avant. When I seen that movie with him, it blew me. It just said, damn, it's somebody out there that understand me. That understand that I'm good at multiple things, but this is really where this is the lane I want to be at.
Right.
I want to be the damn connector. I want to be the hype man when it's time to be. I want to be the one that can connect this dot to that dot. I want to be your A&R. I want to be your Carolina. Like, I want to be the newest live and direct DJ Khaled. But also, man, I see myself, you know, being like, having my own, like one of the biggest reality TV shows, man. You know, I got beautiful kids, man, that really got some characters, man, got some personalities out this world. And I think about, you know, the selfishness that I've been just trying to get my name popping. Right. You know, the 4 years, counting now, just trying to get my name out there so people can just be like, who the fuck is a Perry paper, what? Perry paper. But, you know, getting that response was enough for me because, like, okay, it's out there. Yeah. But these years, man, you know, they've been selfish, but they've been selfish for a valid reason. Yeah. It's to get it to where my kids can get on these platforms and they can really show their talent. I look at my oldest son, Jahsir. I mean, he picked up the DJ board right when I picked it up, and I'm waking up and I'm listening to him like, I'm asleep. I'm sitting there like waking up and he practicing in the living room. And I'm like, damn, he blended that well. Like, he really took what I taught him in a matter of like 2 weeks from the time they came here, because they stay in Atlanta. And that whole month, he became like a beast at DJing. I'm just like, wow. I was blown away. Right. I was like, wait, you know how to do this. And then I'm looking at my youngest son, Jace, and he's like looking up to his older brother. And I'm like, you is a good act. Like, you can act. Like, he can get in character and become somebody. Like, he won't be himself no more. And I'm like, where did that come from? So then I start thinking, like, man, I got unique kids, man. And it's like, where do I see, like where do I see myself? Where I want to be? I want to be in a place, man, where like my kids is just, they sad. Right. It ain't even about me. It ain't about me. Hey, look at me, lights come out, Perry paper. Like, nah, you gonna get all that work right now. Yeah. But it's not about that for me, man. It's far from that. I mean, it's almost like your light gonna shine regardless when you walk in the room. Right. So it be about my kids, man. You know, I've been. My character when it comes down to certain things that I've done, it's like I let that show. But the number one thing that bothers me a lot, and I say it live and direct, is I don't like when people or just person try to make me be something that I'm not. Yeah. That part right there, that itches me, because it's like when you know your heart period, when you know you're doing the right things, you ain't out here bullshitting, tricking off and all that dumb shit, and you out here really trying to make a living, longevity, an empire for your family, can't nobody else tell you shit. Right. Because they don't even got the guts, they don't even got the work ethic, they don't even maybe got the willpower to continue to do the shit that you do on a day-to-day basis. Because this life ain't for them. The vision ain't for them, so they won't see it. So when you know it and you see it clear as day, when you close your eyes, you see how your house is, you see the type of car you're driving. You see that, okay, damn, I got a dirt bike in the back of my backyard too, because, you know, I like dirt bikes. So I'm gonna have me a dirt bike. I see that motherfucker over there. Let's see, you know, I gotta have a hot tub, so when it's like 20 below degree, I know I can get in the hot tub and catch the cold and catch the hot. Right. These are the things that make me feel good. I know I want to have a studio. I know I want to have shit inside my house where I ain't gotta go nowhere. Ain't gotta go nowhere. Oh, everything's there. Right. I got my shelf. Chopping it up, I need to eat, I like my food served to me. Right. I just do. You know, so it's like, this is what I want, I'm gonna get it. That's it. But I'm gonna do it the right way, I'm gonna do it the honest way, so everything that you see will always be on paper. Right. So ain't nobody gonna try to hem me up. Ain't nobody gonna try to say, oh, he was doing this and doing, like, no. My struggle is because I did it the legal way.
Right.
I didn't take no shortcuts. I didn't try to do all that extra shit. Nah, it's gonna come the way God intended for it to come. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna be able to continue to do what I like to do, man. Eat good, dress nice, take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? Go places when I wanna go and keep teaching my kids, man, to be better, like, individuals, man. That's me. Yep.
Hey, we can't end it no better than that, bro.
Live and direct, man. We got a lot of these boys mad and upset, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
Man, you know it, man. I appreciate you having me, man. I really do, man.
Ain't nothing, bro. Ain't nothing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see
I'm
y'all
gonna
next
holler at y'all. That'll be good.